Hello you guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make French macarons. These are so fantastic. In this video, like always, I will also be sharing with you guys my tips and secrets and everything you need to know on how to get those perfectly smooth shells. But I will also show you how the proper texture of this meringue cookie should be and how to achieve that. A lot of times people are so focused, on getting the perfect smooth shells, which is super important, don't get me wrong, but they forget about texture, which is just as important, if not even more. Today we're going to be making raspberry macarons. These are so delicious. So yeah, that being said, let's get started and let's make these. Okay, so to make macaron, you will need some powdered sugar and some almond flour. You do want to sift both of these ingredients. This step is crucial. I actually like to sift mine twice just to be safe. So once now, and you'll see me sifting these ingredients together again in just a moment. Now, I like to purchase my almond flour for this recipe. If you can, do so. If you cannot find it where you live, just make sure you're using a good food processor because you want to grind your almonds as finely as you can. So my advice to you is if you have that option, just buy the almond flour. Set this aside and we're going to make our meringue. Now there's different methods. I like to use the French method. I find it's the easiest, fastest one, and I get excellent results. In my bowl, I have some room temperature egg whites. They must be at room temperature, so take them out of the fridge even the day before. I've added some cream of tartar. It's not necessary. I do like to use it. What's necessary though is that you use glass bowls, making sure they're completely clean and without any grease residue from other recipes. So do not use plastic bowls. Once your eggs start to become foamy, you can go ahead and add your sugar a little bit at a time until you reach stiff peaks. A good way to know your meringue is ready is if you flip your bowl, just be careful, it won't fall out. Even if you give it a little jiggle, it won't. It's perfect. You can leave this as is or dye this any color you like. I'm going to dye mine pink because we are making raspberry macaron. Just do not use liquid food coloring, okay? You want the gel kind. At this point, you can go ahead and add your powdered sugar and almond flour. This is the second time I'm sifting these ingredients together. And you'll probably have a tablespoon of almond flour left over. Do not be tempted to add this to your mixture. Discard it, eat it. Add it to a smoothie. Just do not add it to your batter. Okay, so this is the moment where things can go wrong, okay? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you undermix or overmix, these will just not turn out. So you really need to pay close attention to the consistency of this batter. I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. 99.9% of the times, if your macaron don't turn out, you probably did something wrong during the folding process. So we're looking for a cake batter consistency. We're getting there, but this is still too thick. If you lift up your spatula and your batter just falls right on top of the other batter and stays that way, it's not ready. So I'm going to fold this a couple more times. So this is what you're looking for. Your batter should spread out gently, but still keep somewhat of its shape. Some people say it's supposed to look like flowing lava, I think. Just, define it as you want, guys. I am going to replay this clip so you understand how the consistency should be. You're going to put this into a piping bag fitted with a small tip. My tip was actually a little bit big. If you have a smaller tip, it will be easier and you'll just have more control over your piping bag. But it's completely fine if you don't have a small piping tip. You're going to pipe your cookies on your cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Give these a good bang to release any air bubbles. You can take a toothpick if you want and just pop them yourself if you have any. And you're going to let these sit for about 30-40 minutes before baking these. They must harden. So after 30 minutes, you can touch them. If they're dry, then they're ready to be baked. Bake your cookies one sheet at a time in a preheated oven at 150 degrees Celsius for about 10-13 minutes, no more than that, or these will dry out, and we're looking for a chewy macaron. let these set. These need to cool completely. And in the meantime, we're going to make the filling. We're going to make a raspberry cream cheese filling, which is very similar to my last frosting in my previous video. But instead of whipped cream, we're going to use butter to make a more stable cream. We're basically making my basic cream cheese frosting. You're going to mix your cold cream cheese with vanilla just to loosen it up, and then you can go ahead and add the powdered sugar and just mix until everything is combined. Do not overmix or your cream cheese will start to warm up, and we want the cream cheese to be as cold as possible. Go ahead and add your very soft butter. A lot of people always ask me how I achieve this consistency. All I do is I leave out the butter and then whip it up with my hand mixer. That's all I do, and that's how you're going to get a spreadable consistency. Guys, make sure that once you add the butter, you mix quickly, okay? Otherwise, what's going to happen is the soft butter, when it comes in contact with that cold cream cheese, it will firm up, and you don't want any butter lumps in your cream, okay? So just mix quickly, and with my method, you'll get the most perfect and firm cream cheese frosting. You're going to add your raspberry jam. This is homemade. I'll leave a link to this in the description box below if you want to make it yourself, and just mix again until everything is combined. You're going to assemble your cookies. I like to use a piping bag for this. Add some cream, which, by the way, as I said in my previous video, it is so good. You have to make this sometime. Add half of a raspberry, which will really cut the sweetness and give you the most balanced macaron. I love saying macaron. Add the other half of your cookie, and that's basically it. Continue to do that to all your cookies. These need to be stored in the fridge. They'll become even chewier and they'll have better texture. This is how the texture of a macaron should be. You want a slight crispy outside and a chewy inside. They'll have these beautiful little feet and a smooth shell. These are so delicious, guys, especially if you pair them with something tart like we did today, with raspberries. So yeah, that's how I make macaron. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up for me, and please subscribe. In case you're new, I publish a new video every Friday. Also, if you do make these meringue cookies, these macarons, I would love to see your pictures. You can send me your pictures on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you guys want, guys. I love seeing them. Absolutely love seeing them. Be sure to do the hashtag #MSGoodies. That way, it's easy for me to find your pictures. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.